Hello guys, welcome to this lecture on short circuits and ternary operator. Short circuit is based on the logical operator, one property of logical operators, and ternary operator is the one operator that is actually left out, and we will also finish that operator today, right? Fine. So just let us get directly into short circuit concept. Okay. So coming to short circuit, I told you very clearly that short circuit is one property of one concept on logical operators, right? So first of all, let us have a simple condition or conditional statement we will write using logical operators, and from that I will just teach you what is short circuit. Okay, let us try to have two variables. Let us take variables a and b. So A is equal to 3 and B is equal to, for example, 5. And now I'm going to check if A greater than, and also I will take some value called as C. So C is equal to, for example, 4. Okay. Now I'm just checking whether A is greater than B, and at the same time, and logical operator, A is greater than C. Okay, so I'm just checking this conditional statement, and I'm just simply printing system.out.println that A is actually greater, because if A is greater than B and as well as it is greater than C, definitely A is a greater element. So I can just simply print that A is the greatest element. Okay, A is the greatest element. Now what I want to teach you here is, inside this condition, if you see, what is the logic of this and logical operator? Both the conditions that you specify on the left side and right side have to evaluate to true. Then only you can entirely evaluate the statement expression as true. So coming to the first condition, A value is 3 and B value is 5. So 3 greater than 5. This does not evaluates to true. Actually, this is false. So now tell me, both evaluates to true, then only the entire expression will be evaluated to true. The very first condition is evaluated to false. Is there any necessity to check the next condition? No, because both gets true, then the entire concept gets true. But when the first condition becomes false, there is no necessity, there is no need of checking the second condition, because already the first condition is false, evaluated to false. So definitely there is no possibility of entire expression to be evaluated to true. So what logical operator will do is, when logical operator and logical operator, when the first condition evaluates to true, then only it will be allowing the connection to check the second condition. If the first condition is evaluated to false, then it will make a short circuit and it will stop, and the control will not move to the right hand side itself. So the right hand side condition will not even be checked at all. This is what we mean by short circuit. Let us do one more thing. Now let me change this AND operator to OR operator. Let us check this AND operator to OR operator. Now I'll just tell you A greater than B or A greater than C. What is the use of OR logical operator? Either one of the condition which you specify on the left side and right side is true, then you will evaluate the entire statement to true. Now I'm going to check for the first condition. First condition is false, but you have a chance of second condition evaluating to true. So automatically your flow will be sent to the right hand condition, and this right hand condition will be checked. After it is evaluated, if it is false, then the entire statement will become false, or if this condition becomes true, then the entire expression will be evaluated to true. Okay, but let me add one more thing. Let me change the value of A to 5, and let me change the value of B to 3, and let me change the value of C to actually 6. Now what you're checking is that you're checking A greater than B or A greater than C. So the very first condition, A greater than B, 5 greater than 3, is true. When the first condition is true, now tell me, is there any necessity to check A greater than C? No, because our logical operator, at least one condition have to be true. Already the first condition has become true. Then there is no need of checking the second condition. So what will happen? The R logical operator will make short circuit and it will stop the execution of the left condition itself, and it will not be moving to the right hand side. So right hand side condition will not be executed. This is what we mean by short circuit. You might not see big difference now, but I will tell you where big difference will happen because of this short circuit. If you don't know the short circuit, then a different different problems might occur. I'll just tell you that. Okay, so you have A5 and B3 and C6. Okay, fine, and you are checking A greater than B, and let me tell you, and double and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do plus A greater than C. I'm just checking. I'm just doing pre-increment and just checking whether it is greater than C or not. Okay, so what I will do, or otherwise what I will do is I will just do simply pre-decrement. Okay, not increment, pre-decrement I will do. Okay, fine. So now what will happen is, for example, let me just convert the values. Okay, let me change the values of ABC. Let the A value be 5 and the B value let it be 7, for example, and the last value C will let it be 5. And now, okay, let it be 1 minute. Oh, let us just check. Okay, 1 minute. Let me change only the logic actually. So I will just simply change this into plus A, and let me check whether it is actually plus C. Okay, I'll just do simply plus C, and I will check whether it is less than actually B. B. Okay, fine. So now let us just do one thing. You're going to check A greater than B. Whether it is true, A greater than B is true. No, 5 is not greater than 7. The condition is false. When the first condition is evaluated to false, what AND logical operator will do? Short circuit will happen because the first condition is evaluated to false. So there is no need of going to the right hand side. So automatically what will happen? Actually, your intention is to actually increment the value of C. For the subsequent process, you want your C to be incremented by 1. But due to short circuit, this will never be working, and that pre-incrementation of C will never be working. Okay, so make sure that which process have to be checked first, because there is a great chance of short circuit to take place, and if short circuit is taking place, all the right hand side condition will not be executed, either for AND logical operator or OR logical operator. Hope you understand the importance of this short circuit, because you know this, because sometimes you might do some operation on the right hand side. When you do some operation on the right hand side, if there is a short circuit, then what are all the operations that you're doing on the right hand side, like pre-increment or post-increment, which will not be affected, because this is not completely going to be executed if short circuit is taking place. Okay, so this is what I mean by short circuit, which you need to know when it is coming to logical operator. Okay, fine. I can just probably what I can do is, after coming out of if condition, let me print the value of C and check whether C is incrementing or not. That will clearly give you the understanding of short circuit. So system dot out dot print ln of, we'll just simply print the value of C. Okay, and now what we will do is we will just simply go for execute. Okay, so let us see here the process. Actually, process only 5 is printed, and this system.out.println statement is not printed. The reason is this condition is not true, so it is not printed. And what is printed instead of C value? 5 is printed. There is no increment taking place, because the reason is the very first condition is itself false. So short circuit taking place, and the second condition that you have provided have not even been executed. Okay, that's the reason why this pre-increment is not taking place, right? So I think so now you get a clear understanding of short circuit. And now we will enter into ternary operator, which if you are familiar with C programming or C++, you might already know about this ternary operator. This ternary operator is something which is exactly present in almost all the languages actually, right? Actually this is actually literally equal to actually your conditional statements. This is a mini version of your conditional statement. We can just probably go with one example probably. Okay, let me take a variable called as or otherwise, okay, sorry, I'll just take a variable called as a and initialize it to 10. Let me take a variable called as b and initialize it to 3. Now the process is very simple. We are going to find the maximum of these two numbers. Very simple. How we are going to use ternary operator, what is the syntax of ternary operator, that we will see now. Okay, so first of all what we will have to do is, first of all we have to specify the condition. We have to specify a condition. Okay, what's the condition that I'm going to specify? A greater than B is a condition that I'm checking whether A is greater than B. Next, you have to make a question mark. Okay, this question mark is saying that if A is greater than B, what you have to do. Okay, I am just making a colon here. So left side, that is between a question mark and colon actually. So A greater than B is a condition that we are checking. If this condition is true, you will have two parts. Either if the condition is evaluated to true, the part between question mark and colon, whatever you are providing there will be executed. And after colon, whatever your statement that you are going to provide will be executed if the provided condition evaluated to false. For example, if A greater than B, let me return true. That is a Boolean value true. If it is false, if it is this condition, if this particular condition that you have provided, if it is evaluated to false, let us return false. Execute this. Okay, so now what we will do is we will have a variable boolean. Okay, boolean max is equal to, so what will happen? First of all, A greater than B condition will be checked. If the condition is evaluated to true, whatever is between question mark and colon will be assigned to your max variable. And if it is evaluated to false, after colon you have false, right? That will be assigned to actually max. So now what you can probably do, you can just check if of max means if of true, either true or false, right? So if of, you are checking whether true or false. So if max is true, then you will enter into this condition, into this block of code. Else you will enter into else block. So if this is true, what you should do, you should system dot out dot print ln of, what you should do, you should just say that A is actually A. Okay, A is, I have to plus, okay, concatenation symbol. So A is the maximum number. Okay, it is a maximum number or element. Okay, fine. Else, if this condition is not true, then if max is not for, if max is false, what you will be doing, system dot out dot print ln of will be printing that b, okay, b is the maximum number. Fine. Okay, so we'll execute and check whether it is exactly, like A is the maximum number actually. Yes, that is 10 is the maximum number. It is showing that 10 is the maximum number, right? Fine. So this is working properly. Okay, we can see this is working properly, but let us just add few more things here in the ternary operator. Okay, so what we will do is, instead of assigning something to this variable, instead of assigning something to the variable, okay, okay, fine. So I think only, let us try to place this entire system.out.println statement instead of doing true, because in C, if you see, printing also will be working. Actually printing something also will actually work here. So we will just try to check whether printing the entire printing statement will work here directly. Okay, fine. So what it is showing here is no, there is okay, there is no there is okay, this is actually absolutely wrong. So you cannot specify like system.out.println, and then the only choice that you have is either to return true or to return false based on the condition actually, right? So and you can just probably store it actually in a boolean variable. So boolean max is equal to, you will check a condition, either return true or false, and store it in the variable actually. Exactly. So specifying println statement is not possible directly in this two places. It's just possible in few other languages actually, right? Fine. Okay, so what we have seen in this lecture is actually about short circuit, important concept of logical operator, and then now the introduction of I have introduced you to ternary operator. So what you have to do is you have to practice writing ternary operator in situation wherever it is required actually, right? Fine. So we'll do that. So before that, what we will do is we will just move on to the precedence of operator, which is very important, that we will see in the upcoming lecture, right?